Today we're going to use benchmarks to estimate sums of fractions. Benchmarks are numbers that are easier to work with and picture than others. They help compare numbers and estimate answers. To estimate fractions, you approximate each fraction to the closest benchmark. Common benchmarks for estimating fractions are 0, 1/2, and 1. So if we were looking at a number such as 11/12, on this number line 11/12 would be about here. So we would estimate that or show that as a nearest benchmark of 1. If I have the number such as 1/6, 1/6 would be about here on the number line. And as you can see, 1/6 would have the benchmark of 0 on this number line. We could also use the benchmark to figure out for 2/3. What is 2/3 closest to? If I take this and break it up into thirds, 2/3 would be about here, and we can give that the benchmark. 2/3 could use the benchmark of 1/2. Now let's try this when we're adding fractions. We can actually estimate our fractions to see if our answers are close. Similar to when we estimate to check our addition or multiplication problems, we're doing the same thing with fractions. So if we have the math problem, 1/10 plus 2/5, I can look at my number line and say, where would 1/10 be closest to? 1/10 might be about here on the number line, and so 1/10 would have a benchmark of 0. 2/5 on the number line might be closer to here, which would give us a benchmark of 1/2. If I add my 0 plus 1/2, that would equal 1/2. Now let's see what happens when I actually add up these math problems. 1/10 plus 2/5 are unlike fractions. I need to make these like. I can times both my numerator and denominator by 2 and get my fraction of 4/10 plus my 1/10. And I can see that 1/10 plus 4/10 equals 5/10, which would actually get us exactly of the benchmark of 1/2. So again, the purpose of benchmarks are just to have easier numbers to work with to compare and estimate our numbers.